for the next couple of days. Well, I'll say it, we will, at least seasonal for southeast Louisiana. Got in some much needed rainfall, and while we still do have an almost 4-inch deficit for the month of September, at least we added to our rain totals today. Again, welcomed, could use a lot more, but we don't want it all at once, and we're about to enter what is typically our driest month, October. Most of our rainfall moving on, and just about everybody got at least some rainfall. 84 degrees today because of clouds and rainfall, not because of cooler air just yet. A rainfall at Kenner was 4/10 of an inch, but that was around about what most areas saw, some a little bit more, many a little bit less. At the moment, mostly cloudy, but the skies are starting to thin out, or the clouds are starting to thin out. A little bit of sunshine with our sunset. 81 degrees. Humidity, though, is still high, but that'll be coming down overnight. In the 80s outside at the moment, still some upper 70s down along the coast and the bayou. With dew points, look at Macomb, 69 degrees. Most everyone else lower 70s compared to the upper 70s over the last few days. And our dew point forecast is for the humidity to lower. Drier air is on the way, and the good news is that dry air, once it arrives, is probably going to stick with us, even being possibly reinforced as we get later into next week. So thankfully, we will see a drop in humidity. Now, as far as a drop in temperature, the coldest of the air remains well to our north, still bottled up into the North Pole, northern Canada. And so this is not going to be a dramatic drop in temperature behind the front. Temperatures are in the 80s, but dew points are going to be coming down. So not a huge drop in temperature, but actually our normal high is 87, and I think we're going to see as much closer to average tomorrow and on into the weekend. Rainfall moving out, most of our cloud cover starting to clear, and we will be under clearing skies throughout the overnight. Beautiful weather is on the way tomorrow. May see some early morning coastal showers and may have a few lingering clouds as we get the day started Friday, but otherwise mostly sunny for the rest of the day and very pleasant heading on into the weekend. Tropical storm Umberto starting to gain some strength with winds of 60 miles an hour. No dramatic changes with regards to Umberto's future. Looks like it will become a hurricane tomorrow. Forecasted to become a major hurricane, then could be weakening as it starts its trek toward the north. So that would be certainly good news for Bermuda. Again, it looks like the core of the storm will stay off of the island, but obviously they're going to get the winds and seas and obviously higher winds along the east coast as well. The fly in the ointment with this forecast is Invest 94. What does it do? That has been the big question. One thing that was very interesting when the model runs today is that it started to shift. Not really being impacted by Umberto, but actually staying well ahead of and farther west than Umberto, where it doesn't really feel the impacts of that storm. And in fact, it could make landfall somewhere along the Georgia, South Carolina, maybe North Carolina coast as we get into early next week. The reason for that is it looks like what, again, let's just for the sake of simplicity, call it Imelda. What may happen is that Imelda gets way out ahead of Umberto, so we don't see what is called the Fujiwara effect, where the two systems actually rotate around each other or impact each other's track. What may help to draw Imelda toward the east coast is this mid and upper level low. It gets drawn into it long before Umberto starts making any of a kind of a turn to the north. So it is looking more likely, if this track continues, that Imelda actually does make a landfall along the east coast, well ahead of Umberto, where it doesn't impact Imelda's future at all. Again, Imelda is not named yet. It is still an Invest, but just for the sake of clarity, we'll start calling it that. Friday, though, for us, more of a fall-like feel. Beautiful weather. Highs mid-upper 80s heading into the weekend. Upper 80s to lower 90s, but still dry through next week.
Thank you so much, Chris. We want to go back now to the